In an effort to bring harmony to Marvel and DC fan bases, I am doing this Marvel review in a DC t-shirt. Also, it's the first t-shirt I found. Didn't even realise it was DC till now. And yeah, don't feel like changing it. Hello YouTube, Ash here and welcome to today's episode of Special Talks. On today's episode I will be talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. So this of course is the sequel to the 2015 movie Ant-Man, which was one of Marvel's lower budget movies. Well, not lower, it's sort of smaller. It wasn't a big Civil War or an Avengers movie. It was a condensed heist comedy. And of course we all need a laugh after the events of Infinity War. So will this film provide it? Let's get into it. So the plot revolves around Dr. Pym's and Hope's quest to get his wife, her mum, back from the quantum realm. As we know from the first film, Scott entered into the quantum realm and managed to get back. So they believe that his wife, her mother, is still trapped in there. So they're building some sort of machine to be able to go in and get her back. In order to complete the machine, they need one more piece. However, when they go get this piece, they meet a villain who can phase through things. Can walk through walls, just go through stuff. And yeah, she's gonna be a problem because she also wants the piece that they need. Also, they need Ant-Man's help, Scott, who's currently under house arrest due to the events of Civil War. However, so they need to try and get him out without notifying the FBI. And then, the group come together to try and get their mother back. It's a pretty straightforward plot to see a more smaller, condensed story, as the first film was. What was good with the film was funny, as was the first one, It's sort of more of a comedy, but once again, not Thor level stupid comedy. Just, okay, you see giant pepper pots, you see giant, Hello Kitties, so there are a bit stupid things. But, it's funny how they do it, because Ant-Man's always been with these gimmicks where small things become big things become small. Of course, this is something that we got used to. Even in the comics, the constantly growing and shrinking of stuff is part of the canon of Ant-Man. And what's interesting, this film takes place kind of before the events of Infinity War. However, they're not mentioned, so we don't get any background about the big spaceships landing in New York. They're just in their own little story, which is really cool. Get to the post-credit scene, then it's mentioned, and yeah, so everything ties in as usual as the post-credit scene, the mid-credit scene. And credit to all the actors, they do a fine job. Paul Rudd is just great with his comic timing and one-liners, but he also kicks some ass. It's great to see Michael Douglas in this film because the man is a legend, and it's so cool to see him in a comic book film. The guy is just class. Evangeline Lilly is brilliant. In this film she gets a much more action oriented than the first film. Even though she kicked a bit of ass in the first film, this film is probably more her film than the Ant-Man's. So yeah, she holds her own, and her action set pieces are really cool. And the action is cool, it's fun, but it's safe, it's condensed, which is good. You don't have to always be something massive. However, yeah, it's just safe. I keep saying that word because the film, they played it by the numbers. Okay, it's gonna be good, but it's pretty average. There isn't really anything wow. It's fun, you chuckle, you laugh, you have fun, but at the end of the day, you aren't really gonna keep remembering this film. Also, we take one step back again with the usual problem that Marvel has with the villain. Ghost is just really not that menacing. Okay, she's tough and her fight scenes are really cool. However, she doesn't really put the team in that much danger. And it's also the usual ghost of Marvel's past, pun intended, where her ending, where the villain's ending is dealt with too easily and too quickly. And Michelle Pfeiffer, for all the hype that she's been in a Marvel movie, her part is more of a cameo than a proper part. So yeah, you can understand it because the whole film is the quest to find her, but I would have liked to see a bit more of her. So there isn't really any major things I didn't like about the film. As I said, the film is just average, so there's nothing special but nothing bad. One thing I could say is they use a lot of jokes from the first film again, which is a usual thing with sequel, but they do kind of overdo it with the shrinking and growing thing, and also they kind of overdo it with Louis's whole speech, where in the first one he says, oh, my cousin told me this and this and this and this and this, and they do it about one too many times too often. So in conclusion, I will give Ant-Man and the Wasp a 3.5 out of a 5. The film is slightly above average for a comic book movie. It's nothing special, but it's nothing bad, you know. It's a fun time, but quite forgettable. So after the events of Infinity War, it's nice to have a smaller scale film. However, the trouble is it's a smaller scale film with a pretty simple plot. Don't go in expecting great, brilliant things. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And let me know in the comments which Marvel character which hasn't been in a movie yet would you like to see in a movie. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, please do. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, so follow away. And if you want to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Also, if you did like this video, please give it a share. That would help a real lot. From Ash, that's it for today, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.